Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a new short movie. The name of this short movie is What If Naruto Was Neglected and Betrayed by Everyone. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted movie. Now before continuing this, shout out is due where it is due. Shout out to my boy Jamie the Acetais for suggesting me this idea. Now aside from that, there is two things that I want to address. One, as for why I'm making a short movie, it's just that it's 1st April and April Fools. No, I'm joking. Seriously, I'm joking. The thing is that, well, yeah, I fell asleep on my usual schedule and now I have pretty much 2 to 3 hours to make a video and edit it out as well as to make a thumbnail. So, yeah, I settled down with a short movie. And aside from that, the other thing is that some of you guys have been requesting me to make What If Naruto Was Reincarnation of Saitama. I have done this in the past a lot of times with movies as well as short movies. So kindly check out the playlist. You might find it there. I hope this helps. I have even written down the comments and replied to them basically saying the same thing. It's just that I don't want to make the same thing over and over again because like I said, in the previous short movie, I kind of did the same idea but with a different concept and a plot. But in the end, you guys didn't enjoy it that much, but some of you did. So yeah, that's all. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Roll the intro. Story begins 13 years after the Kaguya attack in Konohagakure no Sato. As we go towards the said village to see that most of the village was hyped and many people from different villages were gathering there today, as if some kind of festive or event was going on. And that it was. It was the Chunin exams that were going on today. Different shinobis, mainly genins from different villages, were participating in this exam to see which were one who will be advancing towards the Chunin rank, as well as to display the powers of the different villages. And Konoha was also participating while hosting it. And it was the second part of the exam in which they had to go throughout the Forest of Death and gather the scroll of the second team. And one such team we go there to see was in predicament. In such predicament that they have to call upon their parents. And this team consisted of Uzumaki Namikaze siblings, Menma, Mito, and Naruto. As Naruto was currently down, as his leg was chopped off and he was bleeding badly because of a huge snake biting it off from him. As he was trying to hold his screams and trying his best to keep up and guide his siblings. As Menma and Mito then said, "Shut up, you idiot! It's all because of you that we're here. You're nothing but a bunch of waste of space," said Menma. As Mito then said, "Yeah, we should have left you here. Please, just, just don't leave me here," said Naruto. His life hasn't been always good. You see, 13 years ago when they were born, well, he who was accidentally born alongside his siblings, all went to hell. He wasn't even given a chance by his parents. In fact, he was given a gift from his parents, which was the Kyuubi's soul to be sealed inside of it, the Biju that attacked them at their birth, and he was conjectured towards the hatred of the whole village without any consent or regard of him, as well as his parents were the one who threw him under the bus for saving their sibling's skin. So, most of the life Naruto has lived was filled with hatred and nothing more than betrayal. His first friend Sasuke Uchiha was taken away from him, and so was his crush Hinata Yuga. And all of them, in the end, betrayed him. And Naruto still held hope, somewhat, for his parents' sake. But now, today, that too was coming to an end. As we see, Minato and Kushina arrive there with a yellow flash jutsu. As we see that, both of them looked at Menma and Mito in worry. As after their interference, the entity retreated back, which they later found out was Orochimaru. "We gotta get you to hospital." "Wait, Naruto said only these words as Minato and Kushina looked at him with disgust. "Why don't you come back on your own feet? You can't do that, right? All you did was sit back and relax and let them do the work. My leg is chopped off. So what? It's the shinobi world. Deal with it. If you can't deal with this much pain, then you'd rather die here. You embarrassment. We could care less," said Kushina as she grabbed her daughter and Minato grabbed her son. as both of them then sunshine away, leaving a shocked and heartbroken Naruto there. As he stopped what he was doing and just laid down right next to the tree, waiting for his slow and painful death, because that is what was going on. As it started to rain, and it was okay for him because it helped him hide his tears. Why? Why the hell do I have to go through this? What did I even do to deserve this? Said Naruto. All his life he has been nothing more than pushed around, betrayed, abused, neglected, and in the end abandoned as well. More injuries to be added to his rosters of injuries, I guess. But something deep down inside of him broke as well, and that made him angry. Angry at all of them. Angry at their world. Angry at the shinobi system that was created by the gods. And he felt rage. He wanted to destroy it, burn them all in front of them, and to make them see what kind of monster they have created. The monster that wanted to end them. He could hear the screams of the villagers calling him a monster and how he should just kill himself, and so does his parents who doesn't give a fuck about him, telling him to continuously die or leave them be because they don't want to be seen with an embarrassment. And his siblings just mocking him, his friends leaving him. All of those memories are playing around in his thoughts until he heard a voice. Do you wish for revenge? As Naruto's eyes opened, who are you? What do you want from me? I am not going to betray you. As for a sudden moment, Naruto's time stopped, as Naruto could visibly see that the raindrops that were falling has paused. Everything paused. As Naruto's soul departed its body. What? So I really am dead? No. Said a being appearing in front of him in his own state, which resembled Naruto like a twin, but with dark robes and nothing more. What are you? I am the god of chaos and balance, and I am the strongest deity out there. What? I have never heard about you. That is because my students, Kamiyami and Shinigami, betrayed me, and because of that I was sealed away. The thing that seal could hold me. But I found a way to break through it. But it has costed me my physical form. So you need a physical form. Yes. And I have seen you in particular since the day you were born. I have been doing so with many of the different beings that were born there. Many legends, or so they claimed. But they were all narcissistic bastards in the end. Like your father was. And I despised every minute of it. If this is the world my students have created, then I will be the one who will destroy it, alongside them. But since I do not have any physical body any longer, I need someone's help, and that someone would be me. Correct, Naruto? But why me? There is more than enough people here who are miserable than me. And that is where you are wrong, kid. No one is miserable than you in this whole world. As Naruto's eyes widened. But why? You see, you are the child of prophecy, as they have said, but they wanted you to go on a route to destroy the world, instead of saving it. And, in the end, they wanted you to die at the hands of your siblings, so they could be claimed hero and you could die a monster. And there will be no prophecy, or nothing else, in general, because they see all of you as a failed product, which you all are. But they are going to abandon you as well. Quite funny, to be honest. Gods abandoning all of them, I thought we were already abandoned. Which is more or less true, I guess, but regardless of all that, are you up for it? Then what about the sage? Said a voice from within, and this voice was none other than of the nine-tailed fox. Ah, Kurumi, the nine-tailed fox. As the nine-tailed fox informed her literal visage of a human being with 9 tails. Correct, God, or as you claim to be. He was my father. He told us all this, that there will be a peace in all this, and I even believed his words. What about him? And he followed the will of the gods, I know this much. He too is corrupted. You wouldn't believe that he betrayed his mother, who was going to betray the gods to follow the will of the gods. What? Yes. He wanted eternal power, not your mother, or grandmother, as per se. So, wait, what is going on here? Who is this sage and this grandmother of yours? I never thought that the Biju like you would have one. That is what you all humans thought. But after knowing what you have been through, Naruto, and being there with you, you have earned my respect. Maybe we should work together. As Naruto thought for a bit, on one hand was his family who betrayed him, and on the other hand was the very own same being who was the cause of all this pain. Naruto wanted to blame the said being for all this more misfortune, but he couldn't. Now he knew who to blame. I guess you're right. We should. Hagoromo is not as simple as you think. He is the one, and his chakra system and teachings run through deep in the veins of all these peoples. He saw them as his follower. He wanted attention, and that is what he got by being the sage. The respect. He's the biggest narcissist in this whole elemental nation ever. So, what are we going to do? First of all, as Naruto's visible body then remained there as another body formed, as Naruto was now in complete shock that his leg was rebuilt. You are going to be my vessel. My vessel to carry out my will and power. As Naruto then saw that, his soul then began to turn into a powerful light and was absorbed by his own body, the new body that was given to him, as an armor appeared around him. But yes, it's just the armor of Asura from the Wrath of Asura, the game. So yeah, Naruto was quite surprised to see this armor. Now with this you have the unlimited power to do whatever you wish. A strength enough to tear apart this world or this galaxy alone. But you have to train it, hide in it, and contain it. But what about that thing? That is a clone of your body. Burn it. I do not even want them to touch my clone's body, if that is what you're saying they should do. As Naruto's clone's body then disintegrated into nothing but a skeleton. And that is when we see Naruto, with his newfound power, leaving soon Konoha and the rest of the elemental nations. I'll burn you all to the ground, and then I'll bring my war to the gods. As Naruto began to walk away, as suddenly he was stopped by a team from Suna, in which he saw that the two of the siblings that he has met and the siblings that was literal cold to them standing in front of them. But something was odd. They had seals in their hands, and the seals were connected to the redhead. As Naruto disappeared in an instant and ripped out the seals from behind him, as Gaara, with a sudden jolt awake. Wait, what? What is going on? Damn it, the seals are broken, said Kankuro. What have you done? Said Temari. As Naruto then said, you were manipulating him all this time? So what if we are? It's our family matter. You have no say in it. You all disgust me. Dissolve. Naruto only said these words, and both of them just exploded into their own gore, causing Gaara to go into shock and panic, until Naruto turned towards him. You have been used and abused by them, just like me, like I have with my family. You are better off coming with me now. I see. It's for the best. I can't believe they betrayed me after all this. I tried to be a nice sibling, and what did I get in return? Being used by them. You won't have to be worried about them any longer. But if you wish to follow me, I promise you this much. There might be salvation for you in the end. Well, what do you mean? As a voice inside Gaara's head then spoke, you should follow him, Gaara. Maybe he's up to something that you should be aware of. Or if he wants to tell you that, he will. But he is the right person to follow, I believe. I'll listen to your words, Shikaku. As after that, we see the flashbacks of the memories that Shikaku was only trying to protect Gaara and never was a rampaging monster from his own father who was trying to assassinate, Gaara. And his siblings were also the bastards and little shits who follow his footsteps at all the points, trying to bully Gaara, to isolate him, to make him look or go crazy. But Gaara didn't, because his one true friend was always beside him, cheering him up. Gaara himself, and his mother's ghost, as well as Shikaku. As now we see Naruto and Gaara leaving together. as we go back to Konoha to see that the family was sitting inside the infirmary as Kakashi arrived there. Where is the other one, Sensei? Oh, we kinda left him there. Ah, well, I found a skeleton well burned down there. Well, good riddance, I say, said Menma. Don't you all think? Well, yeah, but he's kind of a part of a family. Don't you guys, kind of see that we were kind of mean to him? As suddenly Jiraiya arrived. Nonsense. You were the best to him. At least both of them were, in my opinion. Naruto was, well, kind of an odd child, but it's a pity that he died. As Minato and Kushina were quite a bit sad that their son died, but when were they ever going to regard him as a son? They were just following their sensei's orders. As Tsunade arrived, good. Good riddance, I say. Now we can focus on them and train the child of prophecies. As suddenly a toad appeared. About that, you know, um, Gamamaru-sama has called for an emergency meeting and he's pissed. What? Yes, he's pissed. Pissed about something, I don't know. And you two are also called here. As now we see that the family as well as everyone arrived there, which was Jiraiya, Tsunade, Minato, Kushina, Kakashi, and Manmito. As Gamamaru was literally beating the shit out of Fukusaka and Shima. You both corrupt bastards. I cannot believe you would have done this. Why would you tell the prophecy to a mortal? Do you wish for this world to end? We thought that we could manipulate it and have it in Jiraiya boy's favor. Whoa, what is going on? Shut the fuck up, you insolent human. Because of you, the end of the world is about to begin, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. I have seen it. Blonde hair, tan skin, blue eyes, so cold and fierce that they could even cut through your soul, and a nine-tailed fox, in a female fox standing right beside him, as he was sitting on a throne. In front of it was our whole world destroyed, like it was the end of the world. Nothing was left except for his followers. Not the elemental nations, not the villages, not anyone. And he had 3 whisker marks on his side, and this made their blood run cold and made them shit bricks. It can't be. That idiot can't be the child of prophecy. There's no way in hell. Then why did we train for all our asses for so long? Because, you little shit, these midgets here thought that this will be the perfect option to choose the more powerful ones. They disregarded the complete fact that this shinobi world is based upon the ideology that we should always look underneath the underneath, always expect the unexpected, and from the unexpected. As Minato and Kushina were now quite shocked at that. All of their life, all of this, was for what? For Dot? And their son has died now. But he's dead. Oh no, he's not dead. He's being held by an ancient being that Hagoromo bragged about of sealing. And he is going to gather strong allies. So strong that you wish that you weren't born in this era. Is there something we can do to stop him? Said Jiraiya. Nothing. Just pray to those corrupt gods that he's going to kill after you all. After waging a war with them. What? Said Minato and Kushina, being shocked. He's being held by the god of chaos and balance. The strongest god to exist. He was betrayed by the 3 current gods, Kami, Yami, and Shinigami. And they were his students. He was betrayed by them and sealed away so they could rule over this world like it was their playground. And for many centuries it has been. One of the angels from the Otsutsuki clan, as they called it, or the previous god called it, his angels, well, they became loyal to them, but one of them became deviant. And that deviant person arrived here. But its children was again back loyal to them and sealed her away. And Naruto is going there currently to free her. Because the voice is guiding him. The voice of a god? The power of the god as well that is granted to him. Naruto is its vessel. Its way of bringing out justice to all of you. And to them. Now get out of my sight. You are too banished from this. But we are you are nothing. You two are banished. As Gamabunta then looked down, it seems that you two are no longer loyal to us. So henceforth, You are no longer our elders and are hereby banished from the clan. And Jiraiya Minato's contract is invalid now. You no longer are a part of our clan. Wait, but why? What did we do wrong? We followed the old toad's, prophecy and all that. They were the ones who were guiding us. And yet you followed them silently and didn't even bother to at least talk to us, to Gamamaru-sama, because this is a sensitive topic. And because of you, even we are at the end of extinction. Because seemingly you don't care about your tadpoles, but we do. And these shits didn't. Now get out, Gamabunta said, as in an instant they were thrown out of Mount Miyaboku in front of Konoha. As for the toads, they were sent somewhere else. Altogether, everything was ripped away from them. I can't believe that. It's all because of the little shit of a son of you. Why did he survive? Why did he survive? We don't know, but he has caused enough of the damage. God knows where he is. As they saw that it was evening and it was nighttime, but suddenly the moon, it cracked and exploded into million bits. Huge chunks of the moon coming down on Earth and landing on different sort of villages and elemental nation, destroying huge amount of it. And now we go to see that a huge bright light was appearing down from there. You see, what happened was, while this was going on, after Naruto left, was a voice inside of his head told him where Kaguya was, and she might be the only person able to help him how to deal with these powers and control them and use them properly. So in order to gain that sense of a sensei as well as someone, he and Gaara departed and found a way through a lake that was connected to the moon. It was prepared by Hagoromo itself to visit his mother to taunt her and to break her to join them, but in the end it didn't work. But Naruto wasn't aware of the fact right now, as we see him entering the lake and in the end arriving at the moon through a pond. As he was walking, he finally found a person standing there, a blind one. Who are you? And what are you doing here, traveler? Turn back. This is a private residence. This is the moon, you idiot. This is no one's private residence. I see. So you have been warned. As he got into battle stance, but Naruto, in an instant, was in front of him. Damn it, I can't control my power, and punched him into the gut, causing him to explode with such power that even the cracks in the inner walls formed. This power is way too much. That is why you should learn to control it. And Kaguya will be the only one to help you out. She and her family was the most loyal ones, and the other might have gotten jealous of it. They were offered something more that I couldn't, presumably, and they alongside everyone else will pay for this. All of them will. As we see Naruto finally arriving there in the center heart to see a Kaguya that was tied on a cross-like thing, but it was chains that she was tied to. So much enchantment as well as different sort of runes were engraved on it. As Naruto tried to touch it, but he felt a zap at his hand. It stings. Well, kid, you gotta endure this pain and rip it apart. And that is when we see Kaguya opened her eyes. You possess the power of my lord. How is that possible? As Naruto then said, he has chosen me as his vessel after breaking free from the seal. I see. So the time has finally come. I always waited for this moment. I knew it will come, and I will be freed. And then we shall make them all pay for what they have done. That is of course what we are going to do, Kaguya. That is of course what we are going to do. As Naruto then, enduring the pain of all those ruins, literally began to tear apart the seal, but in the center heart, being in the center heart, it ripped apart the moon itself, and the moon exploded. And that is when we see Kaguya using her power to regrow all her lost vitality in an instant, and grab Naruto, and in a bolt of lightning disappearing back to Earth. And this is what transpired, as we see both of them landing in a ruined island. As from the outside it looked like it was ruined, but when Naruto entered inside, he saw that it was an abandoned house that was completely like a new one. Who lived here? Or lives here, more like it. I did. I have kept this place as a safe haven away from all, even my own children, and it seems it has worked. But how did you end up there? I heard that you were the sage's mother. I was betrayed. No mother should have been betrayed by their own children. Or at least children betrayed by their own mother. In your case, Naruto. How do you... I have seen what was going on in this world that my lord created, and his students ruined. I have been for a very long time, and it pained me that my own clan betrayed me to follow them for powers, even my own children. I was also betrayed by them, because what mother would put up guard in front of her children, right? I see. So you're Will. Zetsu. I don't know how I know this, but I know. It's like I can... You're connected to the world. You're now aware because you are the vessel. You're aware of the threats that roam around in this world. You see, the Black Zetsu was never mine. It was my son's. And he wanted to make sure that I stay away. And his main goal was to make me look like the bad guy and ruin my reputation. Since the moon is destroyed, he will be panicking right now. And that was going on right now. As we go towards Zetsu, what the hell are we going to do? Father will be mad about this. He told us specifically to ruin her reputation as much as we can. And now there is no one to target or ruin at. As suddenly Hagoromo arrived there, or visage of it. Do not worry, my son. Our gods are planning something. And sooner or later, we will get her back to where she belongs. If she doesn't want to join us. I see, Father. I will continue on with my plan then. Good. It is as you should do. Do not disappoint me, Zetsu. I won't, Father. I won't, I promise. Good. As Hagoromo disappeared. As now we go back to Naruto. To see that he and Kaguya were talking. As Kaguya finished explaining her side of the story. I see. So, can you help me with this? Obviously, I will. And it will take you a little bit of time to get hold of it, but to master it is where it will take you time. I could care less. How much time? Maybe years, maybe 1 year, maybe a month. We can never be too sure. I want this done as much as early as possible, so I can begin with my plan. There are a lot of people, even gods I want to wage war upon. I want to take away everything that they have stolen. And that you will. I know you will. As after that, we see that Naruto began his training. While he began his training from that instance, we go towards the Kage Summit that was urgently called because of what has transpired. Did you all presume that it must have been the other village? Said Minato. No. We think that whatever it was, it cannot be good. And that is when Zetsu arrived there. It isn't. Pardon my intrusion, but I know what it is. That is Kaguya Otsutsuki. And she is the rabbit goddess. The evil goddess who Sage herself sealed away. And her primary target is to take away the chakra of the whole world back to her because it belonged to her. Who says? Because it originated from her. It is her power. As it caused them all to go into a quite shocking state. So what can we do to stop her? That we do not know. Someone must have freed her from her imprisonment, but we do not know who did. Do you have any idea? He said, looking at all of them, his eyes landing on Minato in the end. As they all just said no. I see. Then I presume that we should proceed with cautions. Wait, why should we trust you? Said Oniki. Because I exist even long before you all, children. I exist from the time of the sage, because the sage is my father, who created me, and his only goal was to make sure that Kaguya remains sealed away. I see. So what should we need to do for that to happen? For that to happen, you need to train your Jinchurikis to the max potential out there, so much that they will be able to use and utilize their chakra. Because whoever is helping her, he is no joke, because he was able to destroy the ruins placed by the sage itself. And those things are quite stinky and quite dangerous if you touch them or get in the close vicinity of them. I see. This meeting is adjourned. We have a lot of rubble to clear out from our village. Many of the people have died throughout the nations. and this person needs to be caught, whoever he is, and be brought down to justice. That it should. And you, Zetsu-san, I presume you will be keeping an eye out for this? Yes. Me and my organization Akatsuki will. I see. Good luck with you. As now we see that every Kage returned back to their house. It took them a few weeks to do so. As soon as Minato arrived, a council meeting was called. Minato, I heard from someone that your son was the one who was behind the destruction of the moon and all this mess. What do you mean? Who told you this? I mean, not Men or Mito. It's him, who we thought finally died. It is true. My guess is that it was him. But why him? Why would it be him? Well, it wasn't some other thing is that we were all kicked out from the, Toad clan because Gamamaru, the elder Toad, was enraged. He said that the prophecy was going to be, manipulated by us. So in the end, we have started the destruction of this world, and Naruto is the catalyst to do it. So he was a demon. He was a child of prophecy who was turned into the deviant. And his main goal is to destroy all of us and to destroy the gods. He has become the vessel of one god himself. And this caused them all to go into shock. The power of the god possessed by that mongrel. What could he do? Wonders. He was the one who destroyed the moon. I can feel it. And his main goal will be us in the end. So we should be wary of it. As we go on the other side to see that it has been a month since the incident, and the Akatsuki and the other shinobis have been looking high and low for the said goddess, as the description was finally given in by the Zetsu to the other Kages, hand-delivered, and so was Akatsuki. As Zetsu somehow knew about this place as he was arriving there. As soon as he did, a figure floating appeared behind them, causing them to go into a shock-like state and to freeze there. My oh my. How are you doing, my son? She said sarcastically, as all of them in an instant turned on their heel and tried to attack her, but with her Byakugan alone and force, she was halting them in one place, and that is when Naruto walked out. Well, if it isn't Naruto, said Itachi. Shut up, Itachi. And in an instant, he was shocked that his whole body was covered in cuts, and cuts alone from mere gaze of Naruto, and he was in deep pain. And almost instantly the other persons knew that were in the Akatsuki, they stepped on a landmine, and they had to be very careful, or otherwise they might be the one exploding everywhere. Why are you here? We're here to arrest the deviant Otsutsuki. Otsutsuki. You do not even know who the deviant is, following the wrong path. As after that, Naruto then said, Sensei, what do you think we should do? I guess let Gaara handle them. As from out of nowhere, sand began to rise from the bottom. Sand coffin! Said a voice, as in an instant they were buried down alive, and even from the sand, their blood began to seep out, as the sand then died down to see that they were nothing more than smears now. As Naruto then, with the Katon Jutsu, burned it to crisp. Disgusting. They think they are close to finding us. Even if they are, how can they defeat gods? Said Naruto, looking at the trees, causing some of the bushes to rustle, as he had a sinister smile on his face, as he and Kaguya turned back to their protection realm, their home. And the Anbus that were watching this retreated back, the root Anbus, more precisely, as now we see, with evidence in their hand, they returned back to Konoha. Within a month, of course. As they arrived there, they delivered it to the council, as the whole council watched it with amazement and with terrifying, because of the entity that was Kaguya. And not only that, Naruto as well. And for what he said. And he was even able to look at them directly. And that is when a message would play out. If you are watching this video, as I know you would be, then hear my message, people of Konoha, and you, Uzumaki Namikaze family. You are the ones who created this monster. It was your wish to see me as a monster, and I am finally fulfilling this wish of yours by being your destroyer. You should be happy that you have someone to stop to, someone to blame for all this misfortune not right now, right? I'll be coming for your heads. This is not a promise. This is not a threat. This is your reality now. And it will become true. With that, the message ended. As now, they all swallowed, a lump forming in their throats. It is all your fault. All of it is your fault, Minato. We warned you, said Hiruzen, now in a panic state, to not do this to a kid, but you did. You were the ones who told this piece of shits about him. That is why we don't share our matters with the civilians. But we thought that it might bring the heat away from, and you thought, and this is what happens. What are we gonna do? We don't know how much time we have. We have to tell the others. About that, said Danzo. I have sent it a copy to them already. And from the looks of it, they have seen it already. And now, sooner or later, a letter will be arriving for a Kage summit. And that it did, after a few days. And they asked for an alliance to be formed. And for years to no end, they began their search. Somehow mysteriously, before they could ask where the location was, the Anbus had been killed. And the tape in which the map was recorded was destroyed somehow. All of them were. And now all of them had to gather their courage and look around for him. And that is when something mysterious happened. One by one, in a bunch of hundreds of shinobis began to disappear from different villages altogether that were sent on patrols. And this started to decrease their numbers until only a few hundreds were left combined. And the Gennis were as well. And it has been a year since they were searching for him. And that is when we see, out of the shadows, Naruto appearing in front of their camp. As all of them were now on high alert. As he was straight walking in through the camp, and they were pushing back with each step. Time has finally come for you to be destroyed. And out of nowhere came Menma and Mito with Rasen shurikens in their hands as they slammed it on Naruto, as a huge explosion occurred, as both of them had a smirk on their face, as the people thought they had finally defeated a god. They might be able to do whatever they want now. And that is when they saw Naruto Sasaki standing there. And then that is when he dusted off the dirt from his shoulder. Is that all? And this caused them to go into panic state. That was the most strongest jutsu that they had at their arsenal right now. And it didn't work. Oniki tried to use his particle style, but it didn't work as well. Tsunade tried to use her super strength then with an axe kick. Naruto grabbed it with a hand and twisted her leg to the point where it was broken and shattered, and then stomped on her stomach and literally ripped the leg apart, sending it flying back. And then he grabbed her by the throat. Incinerate. As Naruto began to incinerate her neck, as she was now bleeding from her mouth and was in deep pain. And Naruto, after stomping on her body and on her stomach, ripped apart her neck and her backbone altogether from her body, killing her instantly. As Naruto was now standing in front of them. Hello there. It's been a nice while, and quite a welcome that you gave me. Naruto? Please, son. As Naruto in an instant disappeared, arriving where Kushina was standing. Son! You have no right to call me that, you bitch. As Naruto ripped open her skull, and grabbing her jaw, ripped apart her skin from beneath, killing her instantly with huge agonizing pain. As in front of Minato, he grabbed Mito and Menma. These are your prized kids, right? And snapped their necks, throwing them down. They're not anymore. You, please stop, Naruto. They're your family. They never was. And I wasn't your son, to you. How does it feel to die at the hands of the son you were so embarrassed about? The son you so wanted to disappear? Well, quite the universe card, right? If you can't deal with it, you're the ones who's gonna be disappearing. As Naruto literally killed Minato in front of them in the most brutal way, turning his insides out. And that is when he turned towards the others. It was a whole bloody massacre. And after that, all hell broke loose. When those who were following the will of the gods were destroyed, the temples were destroyed, everything. Their powers were decreased and decreased to the point where Naruto was even stronger than them. Within a year, Naruto was able to fulfill the prophecy and destroy the whole elemental nations. And that is when the Otsuzukis arrived, and Kaguya, alongside with Naruto, dealt with them. All the followers of the three said gods who were now hiding away were dead. And that is when Naruto bursted through the gates of heaven in which the three gods seated. As Naruto arrived there, hello there, Kami, Yami, and Shinigami. Your master has sent his regards. As two swords appeared in Naruto's hands, a black and white katana. As with instant speed Naruto disappeared, and literally shredded them, as they being so weak they couldn't defend themselves, and in the end they were close to dying. Why did you betray him though? Before I kill you, I would like to know. As unknown to Naruto, Hagoromo appeared behind him. As in his hand was a dagger that his staff turned into. As he was about to stab Naruto, knowing this, Kami then began to talk. Because he treated us like kids. We were gods! And we have the right to rule over it, not him. His generation has died. He was the last survivor. We are the newer generations. We had the power. We can do whatever we want. Like this. Die now, you fall god. And Naruto then looked behind with wide eyes. There was a stab sound that was heard, but Naruto was never hurt. His eyes widened because what was going on there. A black katana was pierced through Hagoromo, and behind him stood Kaguya Tsuki, and on her other hand was the head of her other son, as she had tears in her eyes. Die, traitor. That to traitors. As he looked down, and he was dead, because that sword was capable of killing the gods. As she threw at Naruto, killed them. Kill them all. As Naruto ripped apart their necks with that sword, killing them all. And after that, Naruto finally sat down on a throne that appeared there. What am I gonna do now? As on his left side, Kurumi appeared, the nine-tailed fox, and on the right side was Gaara, and none other than Kaguya herself. Whatever you wish, our lord, said Kaguya. Well, what do you mean, your lord? Sensei, you are the vessel of our original god, and the only remaining god now. You can do whatever you want. I don't wish for them to be reborn, but it is a cycle. Or do you wish to rule over the universe without them? I think it is best if I do that. Then so it shall be. As Naruto finally seated on his throne looked at the whole world, as his eyes glowed red, as he was searching for some things. And that something was injustice, because his new goal was now to destroy injustice from altogether from this universe. Because of the lack of work and consciousness from these gods, this might be going around wildly in other parts of the universe. And he wasn't wrong either, because he has found many, many parts suffering from this. And he was going to make sure under his rule and regime, this will be the thing that won't have to be taken lightly any longer. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this story off, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. As this is the Bolo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. And please stay tuned for the second channel video. I might upload it today. Anyway, peace.